Welcome back to the homestead, friends. We have so much going on around the farm today. I'm a little under the weather. I have a cold, so I'm not at my best. Bear with me. Our new fence is finally being put in. That is up on the front of the property near the gate. And we've had some hay delivered for our goats. The projects never end on a homestead. And you're always running out of something. The other day, it was my vanilla extract that I make myself. So I had to make more of that. And now I have realized I'm running low on my mouthwash and my toothpaste. So I'll be making that today, and I'm going to share that with you guys. If you've been following along for a while with our channel, you'll know that approximately 2 years ago, I made the decision to go chemical free, hence this lovely gray hair. I no longer color my hair. I don't use any store-bought products. I make everything myself, and it's just all part of our, well, it's a couple of things. It's all part of our self-reliance journey as well as our health journey. So I'm gonna make more toothpaste today, and I'll share that recipe with you guys. I'm gonna make my homemade mouthwash, and I might just pop on out and show you the process that's being done on our fence on the front of the property. I don't want to be in their way, but we might want to peek in on them. So here we go. For my mouthwash, I'm going to go ahead and put some water on to boil on the stove. And I'm going to be making my mouthwash in a quart-sized jar, and I don't really have measurements for the ingredients, but I can definitely give you a list of the ingredients, and I can get pretty close to the amounts that I put in my jar. All right, so our ingredients for the homemade mouthwash, it's gonna be cinnamon. I use cinnamon sticks, whole cloves, star anise, fresh ginger. Now you could use like a powdered cinnamon or powdered cloves, like ground up cloves and cinnamon. I use the whole. I buy organic, and it's less straining that I have to do. I don't really care for all that sedimentation in the bottom of the mouthwash. So it's really just a preference of mine. I'm gonna use about 3 or 4 Salem cinnamon sticks, and they just go right into the jar. 2 or 3, of the star anise. And if you know me, you know I love star anise. It's got that licorice smell. It's so good. Whole cloves, and it's probably going to be about a tablespoon. And some grated ginger. I keep my ginger in the freezer. It lasts a lot longer that way. Makes it easy when you're grating it. We're gonna do about a teaspoon of grated ginger. Once our water comes to a boil, I'm just going to fill the mason jar all the way to the top, and then it'll sit and infuse for about the next 24 hours. And then I'll strain it out into my swing top bottles, and it just goes in the bathroom, and we use it for our mouthwash. The cinnamon will act as an antiseptic and an antimicrobial. And the cloves is also going to act as an antiseptic, and also it's going to be an analgesic. So if you have any inflammation around the gums or anything like that, the cloves will help that. Okay, so the next thing that I have to make is going to be my toothpaste, and I have the ingredients ready to go. I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of bentonite clay. And this toothpaste is not the prettiest to look at because of the bentonite clay. It kind of gives it like a clay color. It's grayish, but it's really good at pulling toxins from the body. So it's a good ingredient to have in your toothpaste. I'm going to use about a 1/4 cup of calcium. A couple of tablespoons of baking soda. We need a 1/2 teaspoon of a good sea salt. I use a Redmond's Real Salt, or sometimes I'll use a Baja Gold sea salt. I'm gonna go ahead and mix all this together before I add my water. They do recommend that you use like a glass jar for this because of the bentonite clay. It does draw out things, and so you wouldn't want to use an aluminum bowl to make this because that bentonite clay is actually going to draw the aluminum into the paste, and you don't want to be brushing your teeth with aluminum, right? We want aluminum free. And the bentonite clay is actually great for re-mineralizing, so it's going to help with the structure of your teeth. It's also a pH balancer. The calcium, we use that. It's going to help strengthen and build your enamel for your teeth. The baking soda is going to act as a mild abrasive. It helps remove plaque. It does have some whitening to it as well. And then we use the sea salt as an antibacterial to help kill any bad bacteria in and around the gum and the teeth. All right, so to our toothpaste, I'm just gonna add some filtered water, and I'm gonna start with like 1/4 cup at a time, just to get it to the consistency that you want. I actually have a silicone tube that I'm just old school. I like to squeeze my toothpaste as opposed to having this in a jar and dipping your toothbrush in. To me, it's just easier, convenient for travel, and less mess. Okay, so once it's mixed, you can see it's like a paste, and I'll be able to squeeze it out of that tube. Once you get your toothpaste all mixed, you can add in some essential oil. I'm gonna use a peppermint. I like peppermint toothpaste. It's gonna be about 30 drops. You could also use cinnamon essential oil and clove essential oil. I just like peppermint. And that peppermint is also going to act as an antiseptic. And I'm just going to start filling my tube now. This can be a bit tricky. Okay, all done. Toothpaste is ready to go. Okay, so I'm up at the front of the property, and as you can see, they wasted no time getting those posts in. They were here, let's see, maybe 5 hours, and they've got all those posts in behind me. I don't know if you can see how far down that goes. And then not only do they have that side, they also did the other side of the gate. This one is a little bit shorter, not quite as long. We do have some fencing in the tree line over there, but we needed to replace this front portion of the fence because of the many hurricanes we have here in the south. We've had trees fall down and take out fences. So here's our gate here. And there's the post. I think if you can see that ribbon down there, it goes all the way down to that ribbon. And it's gonna have, I think it's gonna be a 4-rail fence, 3 or 4 rails. I can't remember, but I'll be sure and keep you posted. So thanks for spending the day with me as I had to replenish more of my homemade products for the household. And hopefully you'll try it yourself at home. If you want to know how I make my homemade vanilla extract, I'll link that for you right here. See you next time.